Because of pain, right? Yeah, I mean, the reason I do what I do is because I know what it feels like to be Christian, on fire for God, living for God the best of my ability, and be totally have a disaster looming at the home front, unfulfilled, frustrated. I I've lived that feeling, that pressure. What can I do? I'm praying about this deal. What else can I be doing? Um, I had it was a great wake up call. A mentor of mine, I take you to the park we were standing in, and he looked over at me. He was like, "Bro, your marriage is a mess, kid. It's a mess." At the time, I was like, "Thanks, I get it. Yeah, that's why we're talking about it." But here's the deal: what was being said there was more than just a statement. It was a question. It was a challenge. It was a what are you gonna do about that? What are you gonna do? Are you just gonna stay in a mess? And or are you gonna find the solution, a path to get from that unfulfillment, that lack of intimacy, the lack of connection, the horrible communication? Are you going to just stay, or are you going to find a path from where you're at to where you are? And it took some time, years and years and years and years and years, right? But here's the deal: I found the paths, right? And so now that I don't have all the answers, of course, not even close, but I have some, and some that work. And I'm passionate about finding people that are in that space, that are even, or they know somebody in that space, and I want to give them the tools. I want to give them the strategies. I want to show them the mindsets to get there. I'm in the middle of building the biggest course I've ever built, I've ever put together. It's one of the most in-depth, step-by-step processes, and it's almost done. I'm excited about it, but it's like, well, why am I spending these hours, weeks, months, like over a year in development? Well, because I've lived it. I'm on the other side of a lot of that, and I want that hope. I want to see other people experience that. Well, why do you want them to experience that? Well, a number of reasons. I guess number one is because when I see someone else hurting, it reminds me of what I went through, right? Another one is the kingdom of God, right? The kingdom of God hinges on what we do in our personal lives, right? How we do it, how we live our lives, our families. The epicenter of the family is the marriage, right? The marriage is blown apart. The family's blown apart, right? And what's the ripple effect of that? If the family's blown apart, then the church, how does the church operate? If the family's all chaotic and they're not doing what they need to do, and now they're withdrawn from the church, it's all kinds of stuff, then the church is affected, right? The entity that God has given the world to show his love becomes damaged. Seeing why it's important to me? And so, yes, and then you go from the church, right, to the community, from the community to the world. Oh my goodness, the passion is so huge in me to find the best, to not just have one side of it. God made us spiritual and he made us physical. Those two are meant to combine, right? We should have those two together. And so I want to find the best of the best tools, strategies. I want to test them. I want to see them proven. I want, and I want to package it. I want to make it simplistic to implement. And then I want to share it with as many people as I can. I want to bring them on board with what we're doing, right? Yeah, that's why. It's why I do what I do. It's why it gets me up, right? Makes it all worth it when I see that one couple, that pair of couples, make that shift and start growing and start moving from what can destroy it. It doesn't get better on its own. It just doesn't get better on its own. Somebody has to step in that gap, or you have to either hurt enough or learn enough, right? Hurt enough or learn enough. Yeah, so that's why I do it.